Faith Kagmerinsky, your lone senior for the girls, so we will be right back on 92.1 KRLS with post-game coverage of Pella Christian girls basketball.
Hey, sports fans, I want to tell you why my family and I love using Delivery.com. First off, we're supporting local Pella restaurants. I don't have time to name all of them, but there's a ton of choices, and it's a great way to eat local from the comfort of our own home. Plus, Delivery.com sends us regular emails with special savings, and there's a reward program built right in to help us save even more. It's so nice to have a delivery service right here in Pella, so if you haven't tried it out, give it a shot. Support local restaurants and enjoy great food right at your home or office by using Delivery.com.
At Pella Insurance, they strive to provide you with bend-over-backward service to protect your home, auto, business, farm, life, and health. Pella Insurance is a local independent agency that has been serving the Pella community for over 30 years with a mission to provide you with a more holistic approach to your insurance needs. With access to a multitude of industry-leading carriers, they are focused on assisting their customers with protecting and maximizing their assets, resources, and opportunities. Call Pella Insurance at 628-9235.
Win winter with the Toro Power Clear Single Stage Snowblower that is loaded with power in a compact size. They are easily maneuverable and clear snow down to the pavement. Get your power clear at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment in Pella. Toro, America's #1 snowblower brand.
Weather any storm with the Toro Flex Force electric snowblower that has the most powerful 60-volt battery in its class. Plus, you get the same rugged construction as Toro's gas-powered models. Get your Flex Force snowblower at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment. Toro, America's #1 snowblower brand.
Van Haften.
Hi, I think our furnace went out. It's freezing in our house. I'm not even sure what kind of furnace we have, but I really need you to come fix it.
Okay, don't worry, ma'am. We'll send one of the big trucks.
Van Haften Plumbing and Heating's fleet of big trucks rolling around the Marion County area don't just look cool. These big trucks are well stocked with extra parts and supplies to get the job done quicker so that your house can warm up quicker. It's another reason you'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
Winter's here, but your roof still needs the best. At Dutch Mill Supply, they offer top-quality CertainTeed shingles to keep your home protected all season long. Durable, reliable, and designed for winter weather, CertainTeed shingles ensure your roof stands strong against snow, ice, and wind.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door.
When it comes to fitness, what's real? How about when it really, truly fits your life? That's how Anytime Fitness sees it. Whether you're training for the next 5K, maxing out on your deadlift, trying to shed a few lbs, or just trying to stay healthy, our gym allows you to do fitness on your terms. No matter the day or the time, we're always open to meet your fitness needs. That's Anytime Fitness, and that's what's real.
If you're looking for big savings every day, it's as easy as ever at Hy-Vee. Hi, this is Dalton Buck, and we've lowered the prices on thousands of items throughout the store, from fresh produce to high-quality meats and your pantry essentials. Our new everyday low prices will help you stretch your budget even further. No gimmicks, no hassle, just new everyday low prices on thousands of items throughout the store. Stop and see us at Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile and now even lower prices in every aisle.
Imagine controlling every light in your home with just a tap on your phone. At CenterPoint Electric, we're here to help with any electrical project you have, big or small. With our remote-controlled lighting systems, you can turn the lights on or off from anywhere, set the perfect mood with different lighting scenes, or schedule them to match your routine. They're perfect for energy savings, enhancing security, and just making life a little more convenient. Check us out online at centerpoint-electric.com. We're wired for excellence.
Hi, this is Mike at Langstrad Auto Body. Winter's finally here, and along with it comes the inevitable. That's right, you've heard this before. Along with basketball and wrestling, we get bumper cars, car hockey, and even a little unwanted ditch riding. Accidents happen. At Langstrad Auto Body, we pride ourselves on getting your car in and out quickly and doing a quality repair. Our 100% satisfaction guarantee goes out the door with every vehicle. If your car is in need of some attention, come out and see us at Langstrad Auto Body. You'll be glad you did. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
Because we're the best.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game.
Tough mid-range shot, no good. But Landon Franzman down with another board. Count the basket and the foul. Landon Franzman with the and one. And our
Randy Jarzombic here, owner of Randall Roofing. Randall Roofing is your full-service roofing and gutter contractor specializing in replacements, new construction, and repairs in South Central Iowa. We partner with CertainTeed to elevate your home's protection using industry-leading technologies.
Welcome back here to post-game coverage of Pella Christian Girls Basketball on 92.1 KRLS as we are still doing the senior night festivities, honoring our seniors. So far, mentioned on the court right now, Faith Kek-Marinsky, Deacon Branderhorst, Landon Fransman, Rob Schur, Wyatt Snyder, Cooper Sprunk, Ethan Van Aradonk still to be announced here tonight as Coach Van Wyk on the court right now talking about his boys basketball seniors. Again, Ethan Van Aradonk, the last one to be recognized, or sorry, I take that back, Josiah Vink. Missed Josiah out there. I looked out there, didn't see anyone in the hallway. Josiah was hiding from us there, but as we are here for post-game coverage of the girls' game, we go into tonight's final stats presented by the Verdeft Agency. And Wynn, I'll let you start with what you've got from your numbers that you tallied up here in the girls' contest.
Well, Pella Christian had a really pretty good fourth quarter in that points off of turnovers, they got 5, and they got 4 second chance points. They only ended up with 4 second chance points for the game, so they got all those in that fourth quarter. A total of 11 points on turnovers as they, did a decent job of when Indianola made a turnover, Pella Christian made him pay for it, and so that was good. Indianola ended up making 9 points off of turnovers, 12 second chance baskets, none in the fourth quarter of either one of those. So free throw wise, Pella Christian was 4 for 10, and Indianola was 6 for 10. So pretty good fourth quarter for Pella Christian as a whole. They just didn't have that kind of intensity they needed through the first 3 quarters to make that a game.
No, they did not. And we look at, again, continuing our final stats presented by the Verdeft Agency. We start with the Eagles as Jessa DeVries and Rachel Kek-Marinsky each lead the way with 12 points in the loss. 11 points for Chloe Snyder, 6 for Faith Kek-Marinsky, 5 for Addie Van Aradonk, and 2 for Ava Breams. For Indianola, they were led with a game high by Lauren Olson, 15 points. Madison Grover contributed 11. Zoe Belt had 10. Alexa Geyer, she finished with 12. Dana Blake finished with 7. Hadley Erickson finished with 3, and Leah Graham was unable to get on the scoreboard. So that is the the final stats presented by the Verdeft Agency. Let Chad, Lance, or Larry examine your stats, customize an insurance plan for you. The Verdeft Agency providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. As we, again, are honoring those seniors, I forgot our team manager as well, Isaac Pence. So they brought him out here as well to recognize him on senior night. So good group of seniors going to be departing both programs this year. Just the one for the girls, but regardless, a great group of seniors here on Eagle Lane.
Yeah, they, for a lot of those guys, they've put in a lot of hours of basketball practice, all the way probably starting at 5th or 6th grade. And when they got to high school, it's not just a 3-month in the winter sport. If you're going to be good at it, you're going to be out on the court every weekend shooting around and having pickup games in the summer and really working at your game.
Absolutely. That is In Closing, presented by Knighton State Bank. Grow strong with us. We are going to step away. We are going to flip over to boys coverage when we return here on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. It'll be the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show for the boys contest right after this. Again on 92.1 KRLS and on the PC YouTube channel.
Look at me, I'm a superhero. And I'm building a fort.
If your furniture is getting a workout, it's time to visit Pingle's Home Store in Pella. They've got durable, stylish furniture that stands up to all the fun your kids can dish out.
We love Pingles.
Come to Pingle's Home Store today and find the perfect furniture for your family. Pingle's Home Store. Real people, real service, real dependability. If you're tired of eating at the same places, discover Elmhurst Grill, Oskaloosa's exclusive dining destination. The culinary design menu offers a feast for every palate. From crisp, fresh salads and mouth-watering burgers to savory pastas and perfectly grilled steaks. Plus, enjoy chef-crafted specials and seasonal favorites that keep every visit exciting. Overlooking the Oskaloosa Public Golf Course, serene trees, and a picturesque pond. Elmhurst Grill, where flavor meets ambiance. Hey Pella, your perfect coffee break is waiting at Scooter's Coffee in Pella. Cool off with a sea salt Caramelicious, a rich mocha cold brew, or a creamy blender. Feeling guilty? Sip on a strawberry sweetheart blender or an iced blackberry velvet macchiato. Need an energy boost? Try our blackberry Red Bull infusion. Fast, friendly, and always delicious. Only at Scooter's Coffee in Pella. Scooter's Coffee. Amazing drinks, amazing people, amazingly fast.
Central Iowa Roofing is among the industry leaders in all shingle applications, steel panel roofing, and have experience in many kinds of flat roofs. Have a leak? Let them help you track it down. They employ some of the best roofers in Central Iowa and will make sure your job is done right. They also specialize in storm damage, including dealing with those pesky insurance companies. Let them help navigate the repair process of your roof damage. They serve all of Central Iowa, including you. For more information, visit them on centraliowaroofinginc.com.
With the President's Day event at Bruxford's Home Center, you can save up to $800 on select adjustable mattress sets from Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, and Sealy. With this special event, you'll save up to $800 on Stearns & Foster, up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, and up to $400 on Sealy. This offer is only available until February 25th or while supplies last. So stop in soon to pick up your new adjustable mattress set at Bruxford's Home Center, 405 Truman Road in Pella.
Vanderlinden Services is your trusted family-owned plumbing and HVAC business. I'm Austin Vanderlinden. Our team has years of experience and commitment to treating every customer like family, and our trusted technicians take pride in their work. Plus, we offer the best in York HVAC residential and commercial systems. Call me today for reliable, friendly service that you can trust. Vanderlinden Services, the best for the job.
A new year is here, and at Marion County Bank, we're kicking it off by challenging you to shop local. Every dollar spent at a local business helps to build the communities we all love. Together, we can make a difference.
Hi, I'm Brian Hoosier from Marion County Bank. I shop local because another word for local is home, and I want to support the place that I call home.
Join Marion County Bank in supporting local businesses. Learn more at marioncountybank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When you eat at Culver's, you're enjoying fresh food, not just fast food. I'm Tim Grotenhuis, owner of Culver's Restaurant in Pella, and we pride ourselves on making your order fresh every time. Our never frozen burgers are made fresh just the way you want it. Our chicken sandwiches and chicken strips are made fresh. We don't make them ahead of time and let them sit under a warmer. And we slow turn our frozen custard in small batches all day so it's at its very best. What can we make fresh for you today at Culver's Restaurant in Pella?
Welcome back here to pregame coverage of Pella Christian boys basketball on 92.1 KRLS. Sorry about the delay there. We had to go out and get a beverage to quench the thirst. So we got the Gatorade. We're ready to go for game number 2 here of our doubleheader between Pella Christian and Indianola. It's the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Scooters Coffee in Pella. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast and win. As we look at this boys contest tonight, the Eagles, trying to come up with a better second half against the Indians. Played them tight in the first half. Third quarter, things kind of got away from them. Unable to come back in the fourth quarter and cut the deficit down. But the Eagles here against a solid Indian squad. Record not really indicative of how good this Indians team can be. A very young Indians team, albeit too. It'll be interesting to see what the Pella Christian boys have in store tonight for the Indians.
Yep. Typically with Indianola, you're going to have guys that are maybe not tall or lengthy. They got a couple players that have some nice size to them, but generally they got a couple guys, especially guards, that can really shoot the ball. Again, I haven't seen this year's team play, so I can't comment on whether they do or don't have that. But that's typically what you're going to see out of an Indianola team, so you got to be prepared for that. Pella Christian had a pretty good first quarter in their last outing, and then just really fell apart, just didn't do anything right for the rest of that game. And so that's what they really got to work on. Stay solid the whole time. Utilize your height. I think if they can get the ball inside to Sprunk and to Franzman in there, utilize those guys and get some easy baskets, and don't rely on just those 3-point shots, because some nights they're going to go, some nights they're not. And hopefully they can continue to improve again. Their tournament trail starts next Monday, and so they want to sharpen up and get ready and be ready, because they've got maybe one easy game, and after that they get really difficult. So they've got to be ready to play.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the road for Pella Christian to the state tournament. Their road is definitely not an easy one here. It starts off with Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont, which admittedly should be a pretty easy win. Eddyville, not a particularly strong team this year. We follow that up with Davis County. From everything I've heard, not maybe the most talented team, but a very physical team. So, that can always present an issue because of the physical nature.
Right.
And then you've got Grandview Christian, who kind of like we were talking about Dallas and Grimes, the first quarter was really strong for Pella Christian up there against Grandview. It was 20-20 at the end of the first quarter, and you're like, oh, wow, we've got an offensive shootout. In the second quarter, the Eagles couldn't keep pace with that offensive shootout as Grandview went on a rampage from three-point and took that away. So you mentioned a tough road for Pella Christian coming up in postseason action. So got to build that momentum ahead of postseason play. So it'll be interesting to see what the Eagles have in store for that. But got to get through this contest.
Got to finish the season
tonight
first. Yeah, get through this game, and again, just like the girls, keep improving and don't get hurt. That's got to be your two main goals.
Yep, exactly right. So they got the Indians tonight. Indianola, they are a team that, again, they play when they're not playing Little Hawkeye Conference, which is a grueling enough as it is schedule. They're in Class 5A, so
4A and for boys, because there's only 4 classes.
That's right. There's only 4.
But still, they're going to, their tournament trail is going to involve some pretty big schools.
Yeah, so they're looking to kind of close out the regular season with some momentum as well. You look at who these teams have coming up. Again, Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont, the Eagles looking to build some momentum so that they can go into that game feeling really good and then make that trip down to Bloomfield for Davis County. So that is the road, or that's kind of what's coming up for Pella Christian. Our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating for this boys contest. It's 9 degrees now outside, dropped 6 degrees. So it's going to be chilly. It's going to be chilly here for the foreseeable future.
Compared to what it was last night, at this time, it's probably a heat wave.
Yeah, probably. That's our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. While it's only 9 degrees outside, it's nice and comfortable inside the Pella Christian High School gym. If your home isn't staying comfortable during this cold Iowa winter, call in the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
Van Haften. So, again, we're getting there. But, again, we are getting close to opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. We'll be back with more of the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel right after this.
Hi, this is Chuck Vanderwall with Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella, where we've been helping people find their dream car or a new car since 1935. My favorite is my 1963.5 Galaxy 500 two-door.
I'm Todd Vanderwall, and we love seeing people smile when they drive their new vehicle off the lot. It's fun to get a new car. My favorite is my 1974 Ford Bronco.
I'm Tegan, and I don't have as many cool cars as Dad or Grandpa, but I love my Bronco Sport. When it's time for a new vehicle, come see us at Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella.
We're taking care of you.
Are you living with a wound that just won't heal? You don't have to. At Pella Regional Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine Center, we specialize in personalized treatment plans to heal wounds that haven't responded to other treatments. With proven technologies and expert care, we can help heal wounds that have been lingering for 30 days or more, especially if you have increased pain, redness, or swelling. Take the first step toward healing. Call 641-628-6615 to schedule your appointment. Pella Regional, come heal with us.
Hey, Eagles fans. Just dropping in quick to let you know that the KNIA KRLS Home Shopping Extravaganza is coming up February 25th through the 27th. If you've never participated before, this is a great time to start. We have over $200,000 worth of merchandise from great local businesses in Pella, Marion County, and the surrounding areas. You'll be able to buy it at 30, 40, even 50% off. Check out KNIAKRLS.com for all the details, then join us February 25th through the 27th for the Home Shopping Extravaganza, where you buy stuff at a discount.
At Pella Real Estate Services, we're a full-service brokerage with 11 licensed agents. Hi, I'm Aaron Stoltz, and if you have too much stuff, not enough space, and need a place to put it, talk to us about our rental storage options in Pella and Monroe. We manage units as small as 5 by 10 all the way up to 16 by 40 feet. Whether you need a little space for a couple of months or a more permanent place for something like a boat or an extra vehicle, we have the right option for you. Call 628-1BUY for Pella Real Estate Services.
Whether you're expanding your operation to meet growing demand, investing in new technologies to maximize your yields, or simply safeguarding your farm for future generations, Bank Iowa can help you take the next step towards solidifying your operation's continued success. So anything you can imagine, let's make it happen. Bank Iowa, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back here on 92.1 KRLS, Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. As we go to our keys of the game for this contest in the boys matchup between Pella Christian and Indianola. And when I go to my key to the game for this boys squad, I think it's got to be whatever the mentality is after the first quarter. I got to find a way to make that mentality a good one. As we mentioned, the first quarter in a lot of their games this season has been really, really strong. I go back through the schedule here at some of the losses that they had. Des Moines Christian, really strong first quarter. Second quarter, things started to slip away. Grandview Christian, as I mentioned, tied 20-20 at the end of the first quarter, and that ends up in an 82-49 loss where the second quarter Grandview really caught fire from behind the arc. You look at Newton, first quarter was competitive. After that, Newton pulls away for the 17-point win. Knoxville, really strong first quarter, led at the end of the first quarter of that game and end up losing by 27 to Knoxville that night. They could go on and name a bunch more games. But overall, I think it's got to be that mentality shift. They got to find a way to keep things going from that first quarter on because it feels like that's where things always just kind of flip for this team. So got to find a way to balance that here this evening.
Yeah, they've got to learn to make adjustments. Like I said, they're hanging with teams. They're actually really controlling the game pretty well through the first quarter, but then it's just like they don't make the adjustment to what the other team did to adjust to what they were doing. And then I thought the other night against DCG, they kind of got a little slow and stagnant too. They really took their time getting up the floor, didn't move a lot without the basketball, so they got to have better movement offensively. And then I think another big key is they've got to get some post action to score. They've got to. Gilbert's pretty good at that 8-10 foot fall away shot that he takes there in the lane, but they need to get some stuff up around the rim, either on second chance baskets or easy layups, because you just never know when the threes are going to work.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's an old picture there. That was the old gym.
Oh yeah, just watching. They got the highlight film playing up here in the gym. One of the best games I've ever watched and called. West Burlington there.
Yeah.
That was a fun one for the Eagle boys 2 years ago to get to the state tournament. But again, you just a lot of fun here for the Pella Christian boys basketball team for senior night. And again, we go to the starting lineups presented, or as well as the colors of the game. We'll start with the Indians. They're going to wear the road purple uniforms with the white numbers, white lettering as well, and the gold trim on those numbers and letters, and then gold trim on the shorts with also white trim included in that. Pella Christian in the home white uniforms with the maroon numbers, the maroon trim on the yellow, or on the gold Eagles, gold trim on those maroon numbers, and the maroon trim on the white uniforms for Pella Christian. The starters for the Indians of Indianola will be number 5, sophomore Thomas DeWall. It'll be the sophomore number 10, Hayden Schulte. And if I can make my stars correctly here, also have senior number 15, Andrew DeWall. It'll be the sophomore number 23, George Blake, and the sophomore number 24, Easton McGraw. So that is the starters for Coach Jeff Ebling's squad for Indianola. Your starters for Marv Van Wyck's Pella Christian boys basketball team will be senior number 2, Deacon Branderhorst, junior number 4, Gilbert Flegel, junior number 15, Ben Van Weingarten, senior number 35, Cooper Sprunk, and senior number 25, Landon Franzman. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, too. We're not going to have him on the game tonight, but Landon Franzman will join us on today's Lele Radio Sports page tomorrow because he was recently named to the Iowa Basketball Coaches Association Academic All-State Team. A huge honor for Landon. He'll talk about that. He'll talk about this season as well. That's going to be on tomorrow on today's Lele Radio Sports page. So make sure to tune in for that tomorrow. Going to be it was a great conversation with Landon this afternoon. And that is going to be a great one. Also, tune in Monday. We'll have Dan Zylstra, talking about some of the latest going on here at Pella Christian. That is on Let's Talk Pella. So, again, that is our starting lineups and colors of the game for tonight's contest. And you've been listening to the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Scooters Coffee and Pella, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. As we sit here in the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Also, don't know that he's going to be able to listen to us. But if he is, we want to send well wishes to Mike Bouquet, injured on a skiing trip earlier this week. Mike, wishing you all the best and a safe return back from vacation as you're dealing with all the unfortunate things that go along with that injury. So looking forward to seeing you back here on Eagle Lane soon, healthy. So get well soon for Mike from that unfortunate event out there in Colorado. So again, our starting lineups being read right now. Win as we get these starting lineups. Final thoughts before we get into this boys contest.
Well, I kind of gave them already. Just, go out there, improve, have fun, don't get hurt. Enjoy the game. It's the last home regular season game. You're going to get at least one playoff game at home, so that's nice. But take advantage of the nice crowd here and enjoy the game.
Yeah, we got to talk about this crowd, too. I mean, it's not entirely full on the Pella Christian side. The Indianola side, understandably, is about half full. But, I mean, we're near capacity on the Pella Christian side. I mean, if you look hard enough, you'll find a few empty seats. But considering there was no school today, there was basically somewhere between 7 to 10 inches of snow. I'm not going to give you an official amount.
9.5 is what the official word was. And
as I say, there was a lot of snow. That was the point I was getting at. I wasn't going to try to put an official number because I know for everyone it probably was a little bit different.
But there was no snow before, so it pushed out of the way easy. I mean, it was a pretty easy pushing day.
It was, but just given that, you don't always expect a large crowd for these types of nights. The opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply and Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building materials supplier, is won by Easton McGraw and the Indians. And Cooper Sprunk, I think, is whistled for a foul. He is, as he pushed the screener there. So the first foul of the game goes on Cooper Sprunk and Pella Christian. Hayden Schulte will inbound for Indianola, and they'll just toss it out to Easton McGraw, who will now give to Andrew DeWall.
A little zone action here by Pella Christian on the inbounds.
Yeah, Easton McGraw on the right wing. George Blake to McGraw, back to DeWall, out to Blake, and George Blake with the three for Indianola. Three-pointer has been plentiful for Indianola in this doubleheader as the Indianola boys lead 3-0 with 7:23 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's what will be available if Pella Christian continues to play the zone.
Yeah, Ben Van Weingarten looking inside for Cooper Sprunk. Now Deacon Branderhorst. Off of the screen of Franzman, kicks to Flegel. Flegel, right wing, open look at a three! Gilbert Flegel answering from the right wing.
Yeah, no hesitation at all there. Nothing was open and inside, so he just shot it.
Yeah, George Blake, he's going to try another one. This one from the left wing.
Wow.
And George Blake with another answer. So 3 3-pointers all of them good.
Yeah.
Indianola leads Pella Christian 6-3 with 6:47 to go in the first quarter. Landon Franzman surveys, kicks to Deacon Branderhorst. Off the screen of Franzman will kick to Ben Van Weingarten. And a miscommunication between Ben and Cooper. Cooper was coming to the ball.
Yeah, he saw
Ben
him.
was throwing it to where he was at, and it's a turnover.
Well, he saw him coming. I think he just threw it too high for him.
Inbound to Hayden Schulte as the Eagles now go back to a man-to-man. The wall into the lane, bumped by Sprunk, but it doesn't matter. As the wall goes to the basket and lays it in, Indianola a perfect 3 of 3 from the field early on. They lead 8-3 over Pella Christian. Landon Franzman surveys to Ben Van Weingarten now on the left side. Gilbert Flagel at the elbow, too strong, off back iron, rebounded by Easton McGraw.
Yeah, and that's Gilbert's shot. He would normally hit that.
And McGraw drives to the baseline, to the wall. Now out top, Hayden Schulte, runner from the right elbow. Left is short, rebounded by the Eagles. Ben Van Weingarten in transition. Takes it right at Easton. McGraw gets the friendly bounce. It's Ben Van Weingarten on the board, pulls Pella Christian within 3, 8-5, 5:42 to go in the first quarter. McGraw to the basket, shot blocked by Flagel. Second shot blocked by Flagel. So McGraw, first 2 shots of the game, both blocked by Flagel. And Pella Christian with the basketball after McGraw knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, nice man-to-man defense the last 2 times down, but Pella Christian's been effective.
It'll be Flagel out top. Deacon Branderhorst on the left wing. Off the screen of Sprunk, will now give to Van Weingarten. Van Weingarten now to Sprunk. Over to Franzman on the right wing. To Flagel at the free throw line. Flagel got Blake in the air, runner, and Flagel just a little too strong on it. As DeWall now in transition will give to George Blake, who will go to the rim. He's a perfect 3 of 3 from the field. He's got 8 of the Indianola 10 so far as the Indians jump out to a 10-5 lead, 4:52 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Gilbert made a great move there on the offensive end and just didn't finish the play. There you go, nice pass. Oh.
Yeah, Cooper Sprunk inside, shot blocked by Easton McGraw.
McGraw was all over that and was able to flip it out of there.
Inbounder is Flagel. Gets it into Sprunk and back out to Branderhorst, swinging around to Ben Van Weingarten. To Sprunk, down low for Franzman. That pass taken away by Thomas DeWall. First time we've said his name tonight as the Eagles' second turnover results in a missed 3 by Easton McGraw. Ben Van Weingarten to Flagel. Flagel drives. Gets caught. Ben Van Weingarten, 3 from the left wing is no good. Rebounded by Andrew DeWall. Ahead, Easton McGraw, wide open look from the corner. He left it short. So George Blake, a perfect 3 of 3. Easton McGraw is 0-4 right now to counteract that. But the Eagles still trail 10-5 with 3:57 to go in the first quarter. Sprunk to Branderhorst, right wing 3. Deacon Branderhorst with the triple.
He's getting real comfortable shooting them shots from the end of Pella Christian over there on the sideline.
That he is. 10-8. Eagles now trail with 3:40 to go in the first quarter. George Blake. And they're going to call a hand check on Ben Van Weingarten. It's going to be the first on Van Weingarten and the second on the team.
Coach Van Wyk wanted to travel before that, and they didn't call it.
Yeah, so Hayden Schulte will throw it into the backcourt for Andrew DeWall, and he'll now hand off to Schulte. Schulte to DeWall. Now Thomas DeWall. Up top, George Blake, wide open.
He missed.
He left the 3. A rare sight, but a welcome one for the Eagles. As Gilbert Flagel.
Chance to take the lead here with a 3 or tie it with a 2.
Ben Van Weingarten now to Deacon Branderhorst. Over to Flagel. Flagel gets to the free throw line. His shot is too strong. Schulte able to save the rebound to DeWall. And then a turnover by the Indians. Ben Van Weingarten in transition to the basket, fouled by Schulte.
Used the wrong hand there. He might have had a chance to make that layup. He brought it back to the defender. He does draw the foul.
Just the first turnover of the game for Indianola. Substitutions on the way here for both teams. Is Van Weingarten to the charity stripe. Is off to the right. Derek Wilmot into the game, as is Bryant Ritchie. Thomas DeWall and George Blake check out. And Van Weingarten is off the mark on the second free throw. So an 0-for-2 trip, and Pella Christian still trails Indianola 10-8. 2:45 to go in the first quarter. Into the game for Pella Christian is Devin Runner for Cooper Sprunk. Wyatt Snyder waits to come into the game for the Eagles, presumably for Van Weingarten. Bryant Ritchie to Andrew DeWall. Now back out to Ritchie. Over to Schulte into the corner for Wilmot. Wilmot drives, kicks out top for Easton McGraw. McGraw into the lane. Out to Ritchie. 3 on the shot clock. He's just going to have to hoist over Branderhorst. Shot no good. Rebounded by Franzman.
Nice defensive set there for Pella Christian to force him into a really tough shot.
Flagel driving the right side. Count the basket for Flagel. Got to the rim, the right side. The foul on number 10, Hayden Schulte. His second, team second. Wyatt Snyder in for Ben Van Weingarten, and quickly George Blake back into the game for Indianola for Schulte with that second foul. And Flagel to the line for one. Let's call that tonight's Randall Roofing Raise the Roof moment of the game. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Flagel off the mark on the free throw, but Landon Franzman down with the offensive board. And then Wyatt Snyder traveled with the basketball.
Yeah, played the old 6-on-6 rule there where you could have the ball on the downward go but not out of your hand when you took off.
And George Blake will inbound to Andrew DeWall. Ball back to Blake on the right wing. Cross court for McGraw. DeWall passes out to Ritchie, now back to Blake. Blake to Ritchie. And 3 seconds in the lane, called against Wilmot for Indianola. As another substitution here. Andrew DeWall checks out of the game as Jacob Graham in for Indianola. So Gilbert Flagel will bring it up here for the Eagles. Our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. I've not seen anything on the, oh, we do have a Newton boys score. They trail Van Meter 14-11 after 1. And Devin Runner with the basketball on the right wing. Ball swings now to Gilbert Flagel. So Pingle's Home Store Instant Radio update is Newton boys basketball is trailing Van Meter 14-11 after the opening quarter. And Easton McGraw down with a rebound off of a missed shot there by Flagel. On the other end, Easton McGraw rises. His shot is off the mark. Rebounded by Devin Runner. Flagel looking to push a little bit. Deacon Branderhorst over the top for Franzman. Able to get it in there, and Franzman up and strong to the basket. 12-10, Pella Christian leads. 52 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Easton McGraw to Wilmot, now to Bryant Ritchie. Up top for McGraw, now Wilmot. Into Blake. Blake, fader over Franzman. Blake answers. 37 seconds to go in the first quarter.
I was about going to say that Pella Christian has done a great job in the man-to-man. They went like 4 minutes without them scoring, and then he hits that little shot over Landon.
Flagel will hold it out top on the Eagles logo. 2 seconds separating shot and game clock.
Arrow favors Pella Christian too, so if they can get a basket here and then get the ball back to start the second quarter.
Yep. Marion County Bank radio scoreboard again. Newton trailing Van Meter 14-11 at the end of the first quarter. Devin Runner for 3 from the top of the key. No. Franzman with the board and had it knocked away, and now Wyatt Snyder is fouled by McGraw. Foul on Snyder is Pella Christian's third.
Got to put a little pressure on him here. Don't let him just get a look at it here. Make him throw it in the backcourt.
Yeah, 1.4 is George Blake.
He walked and got away with it.
Nearly hits the three-quarter course shot. 12-12 at the end of 1. We're going to stick with them. Coach Van Wyk, I don't think real thrilled with that whistle at the end there, but regardless, again, in case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. George Blake for Indianola with 10 of the 12 for the Indians. For Pella Christian, 5 points for Gilbert Flagel, 3 for Deacon Branderhorst, 2 for Landon Franzman, and 2 for Ben Van Weingarten. That's the scoring breakdown in case you missed, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarian.
Our game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric. 12-12, Pella Christian and Indianola remain knotted after the opening quarter. That's a game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric. And when we talk about it this first quarter, the Eagles played well with the Indians there. Indianola got off to that really strong start. The Eagles coming back and hanging tough with the Indians, but now I think, again, this is where the key of this game is, and in my opinion, this is my urgent situation presented by Pella Regional Health Center. Eagles got to come out strong here in quarter number 2, take care of business, and remain with Indianola throughout this quarter.
Yeah, the man-to-man's been real effective. They've, after switching to that, Indianola hasn't been able to hit a 3, and so they just got to finish some plays here offensively and keep putting on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Wyatt Snyder with the basketball here as we start the second quarter. Again, our urgent situations presented by Pella Regional Health Center. If you need urgent health care today, be seen today at Pella Regional's walk-in clinics in Pella, Knoxville, or Tumble. Visit PellaHealth.org for hours or wait times. Cooper Sprunk shot to start off the second quarter. No good for Pella Christian. 7.5 to go in the second period. The basketball in the hands of Bryant Ritchie. His pass to number 14, Brody Page, got tipped. Now Blake to DeWall, down low for Thomas DeWall. And that pass went off the foot of an Eagle out of bounds.
Yeah, back to the zone defense here for Pella Christian with Franzman on the bench. So we'll see if Indianola can take advantage of that by knocking down another long shot.
Yeah, Indianola is going to go wide. Thomas DeWall trapped in the corner by Flagel and Branderhorst, able to get it to Andrew DeWall. Down low for Bryant Ritchie, too strong. And Flagel down with a rebound for the Eagles.
Tried the reverse layup, didn't get it to go.
Yeah, Flagel looking to drive, and he'll get bumped by Brody Page. His first foul, team's first of the quarter. That'll be Flagel set to inbound for the Eagles. Runner off some screens. Now Deacon Branderhorst, corner 3, short. Rebounded by Brody Page.
A little too much air under that one, made it come up short.
DeWall drives to the basket, and Thomas DeWall will lay it in.
That was
Indianola back on top, 14-12, 6:49 to go in the second.
Nice dump-off pass there to hit his teammate on the baseline.
Gilbert Flagel out top, off of the spin move, defended by DeWall. Up top for Deacon Branderhorst. Branderhorst wants the screen. Pass for Flagel went to Wyatt Snyder, and his pass for runner was intercepted by Brody Page. George Blake to Andrew DeWall. Now Bryant Ritchie back to Andrew DeWall. George Blake cross court. Bryant Ritchie, three-pointer from the right wing. Bryant Ritchie for 3, and Indianola takes a 17-12 lead, 6:06 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and there's that three-pointer again against the zone. They've got to get out there a little further if they're going to play that zone.
Yeah, Ben Van Weingarten and Landon Franzman back to the scorer's table. Devin Runner left alone from the left side of the key. Off to the right with the three-pointer. There's an air ball, and Easton McGraw checks into the game for Bryant Ritchie. Van Weingarten and Franzman return for Runner and Branderhorst. 17-12, Eagles trail with 5:50 to go in the second quarter, and a game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric.
Pella Christians went kind of stale here offensively, too. They've got to get back after it a little bit.
Yeah, inside, Thomas DeWall with the easy lay-in, and a Pella Motors timeout taken by Marv Van Wyk and the Eagles. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee here with the Pella Motors timeout. And when we talk about, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians, the Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, we're talking about it, the second quarter going to be a crucial part of this game for Pella Christian. They usually come out really strong. They did here in the first quarter, tied 12-12 with Indianola, but Indianola on a 7-0 run to start the quarter.
Yeah, well, and they, with 2.5 minutes here, about just really not getting any kind of offensive rhythm. You've got to get back to that nice rhythm that you had when you were scoring points there in that first quarter, because you just can't have these scoring lulls against good teams. They're gonna take advantage and even if you're playing solid defense, they're going to make some baskets here and there.
And that's again, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarian.
Our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard: Melcher Dallas girls basketball leads Southeast Warren 28-20 at halftime of a Class 1A regional first-round contest. And the Newton boys basketball team trails Van Meter 14-11 after one quarter. That's the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. With offices in Pella, Knoxville, Melcher, Dallas, Marion County Bank is serving you and building community across the county as your financial leader. A foul on Thomas DeWall, his first, team second for Indianola there, out of the Pella Motors timeout, where you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Cooper Sprunk over the top to Garrett Wheeler. Down low for Landon Franzman. And Andrew DeWall knocks it out of bounds, out of the hands of Franzman.
Yeah, I like to see him get it inside there, but where Landon was, he wasn't going to be able to do anything with it. You got to have a little better spacing than that.
Wheeler, the inbounder, able to get it out to Ben Van Weingarten. Now Landon Franzman out top. To Cooper Sprunk, now Wyatt Snyder. Snyder gives to Wheeler. Wheeler to Van Weingarten. Van Weingarten to Sprunk, to the corner for Wheeler. Three-pointer for Wheeler off the back of the rim, and George Blake now pushing in transition. Out to Andrew DeWall. Van Weingarten pokes it away. Now Thomas DeWall. Out to Easton McGraw. And a corner three for Thomas DeWall is good. Thomas DeWall with 7 points in the quarter. He's almost single-handedly powering this 10-0 run by the Indians in the quarter.
Well, in the zone, they're thrown over top of the zone, and they're getting wide-open looks, and they're knocking those down. Probably got to go back to that man-to-man.
Garrett Wheeler to Wyatt Snyder. Back out to Wheeler. Wheeler to Snyder. Snyder's looking to drive, but had nowhere to go. Out to Sprunk. Ball swings to Van Weingarten. Now a high post for Sprunk. Down low for Franzman, and Indianola read that. And Andrew DeWall knocks the pass to Thomas DeWall. Andrew DeWall to Easton McGraw. Brody Page back to McGraw. Wide open three for McGraw. Easton McGraw knocks it down. It's a 13-0 run for Indianola to start the second quarter, 25-12. Another Pella Motors timeout, a 30-second take-up by Marvin White and the Eagles. And you're listening to Pella Christian Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM KRLS, Knoxville Pella, and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella. Everyone has a goal and inspiration or reason for being, whatever that is for you. Bank Iowa says, let's make it happen. And when we look at the road ahead, presented by Integrity Comfort Solutions, this is the final game of the regular season on Eagle Lane. There will be two postseason games here, one for the girls, one for the boys. The girls is on Saturday against Colfax Mingo. You and Trevor will be over here for that one. At 6:30 will be pregame coverage of that one for Pella Christian versus Colfax Mingo girls basketball. Monday night, me and Wynn here on Eagle Lane for Pella Christian versus Eddyville Blakesburg Fremont boys basketball on 92.1 KRLS. That's the road ahead, presented by Integrity Comfort Solutions. They've added service to their roster, so if your home has a plumbing, heating, or cooling emergency, get comfortable with Integrity Comfort Solutions. Gilbert Flago with the basketball as the Eagles able to beat the Indians press. 3:33 to go in the second quarter. Pella Christian trails 25-12. Then Van Weingarten, three from the left corner. And that ends the 13-0 run for Indianola as Pella Christian able to get the three from Van Weingarten, and then Andrew DeWall has the ball knocked out of his hands by Cooper Sprunk.
Unfortunately, it took 4.5 minutes for him to score. They've got to cut out those scoring lulls. Back still, staying in the zone here, though.
Yep, Easton McGraw to Andrew DeWall. Out to George Blake. George Blake doubled, able to get it out to Andrew DeWall. Andrew DeWall into the lane. Fouled by Franzman, his first, team's first. DeWall tosses it out to Easton McGraw near half court. The shot clock resets. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Indianola leads 25-15 over Pella Christian. And Easton McGraw to Andrew DeWall, out to George Blake. Thomas DeWall to Andrew DeWall. Tough finish for Andrew DeWall. Gets it to go 27-15. Indianola on top of the Eagles. Deacon Branderhorst, cross court to Ben Van Weingarten. To a cutting Cooper Sprunk, lost the handle on it. Ball went to Landon Franzman. He got fouled.
That's fortunate there
Andrew
because
DeWall.
nobody got a really good handle on it till Landon finally got it.
Yeah, foul went on Andrew DeWall, his first, team's third. Thomas DeWall checks back out of the game as Bryant Ritchie back in. Gilbert Flagel inbounds. It's going to go into the backcourt as Deacon Branderhorst will run it down. Lefty on lefty here. Deacon Branderhorst defended by George Blake and now gives to Flagel. Cooper Sprunk will hand off to Van Weingarten. Lost a hand on the basketball for a moment. Franzman to Branderhorst. 3 short. Rebounded by Sprunk, thrown off of, or rebounded by McGraw off of Sprunk. Ball will go to Indianola.
Just, again, just a good shot. It just didn't quite fall. I thought Cooper was going to get the rebound and didn't quite come down with it clean and ended up going off of him out of bounds.
Yeah, Bryant Ritchie to George Blake down low. He'll step through and lay it in. So 29-15, Indianola leads Pella Christian with 1:53 to go in the second quarter. Flagel gives to Ben Van Weingarten. And now Deacon Branderhorst back to Flagel on the right wing. Flagel looking to drive. Kicks it back out to Van Weingarten, and now Branderhorst. And Branderhorst will be fouled by Ritchie. It'll be the first foul on Ritchie and the fourth on Indianola.
Going to throw the ball in here on the sideline, so next time Pella Christian's going to get it, shoot free throws, but not been a very good quarter offensively here.
Yeah, minute 33 to go in the second quarter. Pella Christian being outscored in the period 17-3. Ben Van Weingarten drives,
nice.
Kicks to Landon Franzman, who will lay it in. Big answer for the Eagles here.
Get a stop and a couple more baskets here before the end of the half. That would be great.
Easton McGraw drives baseline, able to find a cutting George Blake high off the glass. George Blake scoring yet again with a minute to go in the second quarter. Indianola leads Pella Christian 31-17. Cooper Sprunk takes the handout to Van Weingarten. Now we'll hand it off on the second attempt for Van Weingarten.
It's going to put Cooper to the line.
A hold called on number 14, Brody Page. He just picked up his second foul. 5th on Indianola in the quarter. And they're trying to figure out who's shooting between Sprunk and Franzman.
Should be Sprunk. But they're putting Franzman at the line. Okay.
Well, that's either way. We'll take it. Another substitution at the scorer's table for Indianola as Franzman does make the first free throw. Jacob Graham back into the game for Brody Page, who, as I just mentioned, picked up his second foul. Franzman's second free throw is also good. So 31-19, Pella Christian trailing Indianola with 47 seconds to go in the second quarter. And it'll be DeWall giving to George Blake. George Blake driving. Oh, step through, first shot no, second shot fouled by Sprunk. Be the second on Sprunk.
Could have had the stop there, get the defensive rebound. Instead, he gets an offensive putback attempt, does get fouled and misses the shot. So see if he can earn some points at the free throw line.
Yeah, Blake at the free throw line. First free throw, rims in and out. Devin Runner into the game for Sprunk. Second free throw on the way for Blake. That one will go. 1 of 2 at the line is Blake, and it's 32-19 now. Indianola over Pella Christian with 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. Runner to Flagel. Flagel down the lane.
Offensive.
And an offensive foul on Sprunk.
No, on Flagel.
Or that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Flagel. Sorry. Thanks for...
he didn't hit him that hard, but he was definitely set.
Yeah, Coach...
yeah, Coach wants a flop, but it he did run into him, so it really wasn't a flop.
Lucas Graham checks out of the game. Hayden Schulte checks back in for the final 20 seconds with his 2 fouls for Indianola. And it'll be Andrew DeWall who will dribble out the quarter. DeWall turns the corner, high off the glass, shot no good. And then Franzman fouled by Easton McGraw, so Franzman's going to go back to the line as McGraw picks up his first foul.
Yeah, that's what Pella Christian needed there. Hopefully they can get this down to an 11-point game here.
So 5 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Franzman good on the first free throw. Bengals Home Store Instant Radio updates. Melcher Dallas girls basketball leads Southeast Warren 43-31 after 3. Franzman good on both free throws. Here's George Blake's pass intercepted by Devin Runner, and he tossed it right to Easton McGraw.
Oh,
and
no.
they're going to count the basket.
No.
I don't agree with that call at all.
Still in his hand when the light went on the backboard.
Yeah. The Eagles are not happy. There's no way. Yeah, that is a bad call.
Yeah, on the replay you can see it clearly.
Yeah,
but,
they missed that call really badly.
They don't have replay in high school, so.
But Easton McGraw pays it off. 34-21, Pella Christian trails at half. We'll step away. We'll be back with the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show right after this on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
As part of the recent upgrade to our Cartrol gas station at Two Rivers Cooperative in Pella, we now have a diesel blender pump with 5 different options available. Now through March, you can select straight number 1 diesel or choose from 4 different blends of number 1 and number 2 to get the right mix to keep your diesel vehicle from gelling during our cold Iowa winter. Look for our diesel blender pump at the Cartrol gas station at Two Rivers Cooperative in Pella.
The home and field advantage, Two Rivers Co-op.
This Valentine's Day, make it unforgettable with flowers from Thistle's Flower Market. Choose classic roses, custom bouquets, or a gift that blooms all year. Our floral, rose, and plate subscriptions are the perfect way to keep the love growing. Order now at thistlesflowermarket.com. Call 641-628-9360 or visit us in downtown Pella. Thistle's Flower Market, Pella's downtown florist for 40 years.
The wipers in the car go swish, 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 swish. The wipers in the car go swish, swish, swish at Central Tire and Auto.
Winter brings slushy, sleety, icy weather that's even more annoying if your wipers can't keep your windshield clean. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the important little things like new wipers, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and Auto.
Your garage door is the single largest moving part in your home. Think about everything it takes to make it go up and down all day long. Tracks need to be kept clean, rollers, bearings, and hinges need to be lubricated, cables need to be in good shape, and springs need to be tight and connected. That's where the Guru comes in. Call DeYoung Door Service to schedule an annual inspection of your garage door today.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. It's not good enough to know what you do. You need to specialize in it. We specialize in sales, installation, and service of garage doors. We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Welcome back here on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, the no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. With our continuing coverage of Iowa High School athletics, we're joined now by head coach of the Pella Christian girls basketball team, Brendan Foudy, powered by Hy-Vee, following his squad's 58-48 loss to Indianola. Coach Foudy, I know that coming off the game Tuesday night against Dallas Center Grimes, there was a lot of pride with that intensity tonight. Just kind of felt like things got off to a slow start for the squad and just unfortunately built up a hole that was hard to overcome.
Yeah, first off, I want to give credit to Indianola, Coach Jansen. They do a great job, and give credit to their girls. They hit a lot of shots early in the half, but our energy just wasn't good. And, we talked about it before the game. I was a little nervous about having no school and then coming and playing. Things are always just a little different. And I think there's a greater challenge for our kids when we have a day like that where things aren't maybe normal, if you will. And I think we saw that in the first half. Unfortunately, we just didn't have the energy on the defensive side that we needed to have, and it led to some really good looks for Indianola, and they knocked them down. And then once they started hitting shots, it just seemed like the energy that we did have was kind of sucked out of the gym. And so quite frustrated after the performance we showed on Tuesday, the energy we played with, the defensive intensity we played with. We were pretty frustrated with the way we played, especially in that first half.
And looking at that first half, too, I mean, you mentioned Indianola knocked down a lot of shots, and I mean, I think they hit 8 3-pointers by our count in that first half. And they're not a team that's traditionally known for, lighting it up from behind the arc there. What was it about their shots, do you feel like, that allowed them to maybe knock down a higher percentage during that first half?
Well, they were really good shots, and part of it was we gave up 7 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. So if you give a team like that 7 offensive rebounds, that's 7 second chance opportunities. Those threes are really good threes when you get a kick out after an offensive rebound. So it's just not good enough. We just weren't good enough tonight. Our intensity wasn't good enough. We didn't have girls rebounding outside of their area enough, and we didn't do a good enough job of closing out. It just flat out wasn't our standard. We talked about it. Our kids know it. The good news is we played better in the second half, especially the second half of that third quarter into the fourth quarter. We played a lot better. But you can't start that slow and give a team like Indianola that many second chance opportunities on the glass and expect to come out with a win.
And you mentioned just the second half there for your squad. Much better into that game. I know that unfortunately you come out on the wrong side of things, but you at least come out and finish on a high note, or at least playing better basketball going into postseason play on Saturday. As a team, finishing the way that you finished tonight, how does that help go into a game Saturday against Colfax Mingo versus have things continued to stay the course from that first half?
Yeah, it's positive. I thought it was good for us to get that situation of being down really big. I mean, you never want to be down big, but I did think that our kids did some really nice things once we really tried to ramp up the pressure and try to bring double teams in some situations and just try to kind of dictate things on the defensive side. And it forced Indianola to take some quick shots that were probably uncomfortable shots and forced them to, allowed us to get out in transition a couple times. So that was positive. But quite honestly, we know we're better than this. So although it was positive in the second half, it's still hard to walk away from this one knowing that we had a really good chance against a team that we're more than capable of beating, and we just didn't get it done.
And again, we're talking to head coach of the Pella Christian girls basketball team, Brendan Foudy, powered by Hy-Vee, following their 58-48 loss to Indianola on Thursday night. Got to talk to one very positive thing here over the last week and a half is you got Jessa DeVries back in the lineup tonight. Looked like she was the most comfortable she's been on the court so far. 12 points. Just getting her back, seeing the squad get healthier, going into postseason play. How great is that as a coach to know that all the tools are becoming more available out of that toolbox going into postseason action?
Yeah, it's helpful. It was good to see Jessa knock some shots down today. She definitely did look a lot more comfortable today than she did last time. There's still a couple things she needs to clean up in terms of just her ability to take care of the basketball and be smart with her paint touches and getting on 2 feet. And we talked about that. She holds herself to a higher standard than anybody else. She's her worst critic. And so these minutes are really good for her before we get to the postseason where she's kind of getting back into the flow of things. Like I said, it was good to see her. I think she went 4 or 5 from 3 tonight, which was good to see. And obviously the fact that we were able to get her good looks like that was nice as well. So hopefully we can continue to ramp up the minutes a little bit as we head into Saturday and then hopefully a Tuesday against North Mahaska.
Absolutely. Coach Foudy, too, you mentioned North Mahaska on Saturday. You get one, or not North Mahaska on Saturday, Colfax Mingo on Saturday, excuse me. You've got 1 day to rest up and also kind of take care of some of those things that you wanted to clean up from that matchup against Indianola on Thursday night. How do you go about doing that in a day time frame to get all those little tweaks done going into postseason play?
Well, we just got to use every minute of practice as well as we can. We got to be locked in. We got to be, running from drill to drill instead of walking around the court. Our energy's got to be high. If we're going to go and make a run in the 2A tournament, we've got to make sure that we use every minute of practice, especially now in a week where, we had a couple no school days that have kind of thrown a wrench in our plans this week. So every minute of practice that we have moving forward is crucial now. We got to make sure we're locked in and ready to be ready for whatever's in front of us.
And you mentioned Colfax Mingo on a Saturday. I just kind of am curious, what's kind of the message to the girls following practice on Friday, knowing that there's not that normal routine going into that game Saturday night to make sure that they're ready to go from opening tip against the Tiger Hawks?
Well, we'll do a little shoot around in the morning to try to get them up and moving, and then we'll have a team meal before. So we're going to try to get around each other a little earlier than normal, just to try to get the energy and going a little bit sooner. Bottom line is it's a Saturday game. Things are a little different. It's postseason. Even though you're probably favored, you still got to take care of business. So it's going to be important that our kids are locked in, primarily on the defensive end. And we believe that if we play defense like we know we're capable of, then the offense will work itself out. So hopefully we're ready to do that Saturday.
Coach Foudy, appreciate the time. Best of luck on Saturday against Colfax Mingo. Make it a rush over here to catch that game, and looking forward to seeing how you guys fare against the Tiger Hawks later tonight.
Yep, thank you, Tyler.
Absolutely. That was Brendan Foudy, head coach of the Pella Christian girls basketball team, powered by Hy-Vee. We will step away. We'll be right back with we're going to keep going with the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show as we have to go quick here. Our Inside the Numbers delivered by Pella Fiber here on the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. And inside the numbers, it'll be for the boys of Pella Christian, 5 points for Gilbert Flagel, 3 for Deacon Branderhorst. It'll be 8 for Landon Franzman, 5 for Ben Van Weingarten. That is the scoring breakdown for the Eagles. For Indianola, it's 15 points for George Blake, 5 for Easton McGraw, 4 for Andrew DeWall, 3 for Bryant Ritchie, and 7 for Thomas DeWall. That is the Inside the Numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. Second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service win. Our second half adjustment, the Eagles, they got to find something offensively and got to be able to slow down Indianola. They lose that second quarter by a margin of 22-9. So they got to find something. They got to find a way to slow down Indianola and turn that slowing down of the Indianola offense into points on their end.
Well, they got to go back to the man-to-man, which is what they have done. So that was a great start there. Got a defensive stop. Flagel with the rebound. Comes up the floor, and now Pella Christian needs to attack and get going on the board baskets. There you go. Oh, Landon.
Yeah, Landon left it short. Again, that was our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. If it's time for a new garage door for your home or business, stop and see their new showroom at 908 Roosevelt Road, just west of Pella Christian High School. George Blake knocking down the floater in the middle of the lane to put Indianola up by 15, 36-21, 7:17 to go in the third quarter. You listen to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show for tires, front end work. There are no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean Ward and his crew next to Walmart and Pella. And Cooper Sprunk called for the offensive foul.
Again, not a lot of contact. He did run into him, but not a lot of contact, and they called the charge instead of the flop.
Yeah, Cooper Sprunk picks up his third foul as Hayden Schulte with the basketball. Schulte now a runner. It'll be an air ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he was shooting that. It didn't get anywhere close.
Flagel to Sprunk. Sprunk going to drive to the basket. Count it. And the foul. Foul goes on Thomas DeWall, his second, team's first. As Brody Page going to check in for Hayden Schulte.
Bring in runner for Sprunk here, it looks like, too. Protect him with the 3 fouls a little bit.
Yeah. Nope. Sprunk left the free throw short. So 36-23, Pella Christian trails Indianola, 6:45 to go in the third quarter. And Andrew DeWall surveys, kicks across court. Thomas DeWall for 3 from the right wing. Long and no good. Rebounded by Flagel. They'll bring it up. Looking for a screen. Thought about the 3. Instead, he'll go to Sprunk and back to Flagel. Screen for Sprunk is Flagel. Into the lane, doubled. Down low, Sprunk, 2 more.
Yeah. Good passing there and good positioning by Sprunk to get that easy shot.
Yeah, Brody Page to DeWall, now George Blake. George Blake into the mid-range, and he'll rise up over Ben Van Weingarten. 38-25, Indianola leads. 5:52 to go in the third. Gilbert Flagel is looking for Sprunk. Instead, he'll go cross court to Ben Van Weingarten. Now Franzman looks like almost Indianola for a second looked like they were going into a zone. Flagel inside for Franzman.
It's a man, but nobody's moving.
Franzman to the corner for Branderhorst, 3. In and out. And rebounded by Easton McGraw. McGraw looking to drive baseline, nothing there. And back out to DeWall, who will give to Brody Page. Page out of the Eagles logo. The KRLS Home Shopping Extravaganza coming February 25th through the 27th. Check out the details at KNIAKRLS.com. And Andrew DeWall with it now, 10 on the shot clock. Now under 10, 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. DeWall looking to drive. Got past Flagel, got Franzman up in the air. Shot no good. Indians wanted a foul, didn't get it.
Yeah, I don't know how they didn't get it. That looked like it should have been a foul.
Yeah, Flagel drives, spins, tough shot, up and over McGraw.
Yeah. Good to see Gilbert hit that shot. That's his shot, that little spinning little 8-footer.
38-27, Pella Christian trails. Brody Page gives to Thomas DeWall. Now Easton McGraw to Andrew DeWall. Cross court to Thomas DeWall. DeWall stepped on a foot, rolled an ankle. He's struggling in the corner. George Blake, tough shot up and over the top of Ben Van Weingarten, no good. And now we're going to get a stoppage in play for Thomas DeWall.
Why didn't they stop it while they had the ball? That didn't make sense.
It didn't, but it definitely benefited Pella Christian as Brody Page, Thomas DeWall, check out, as Bryant Ritchie and Hayden Schulte, check out. Never want to see a guy get injured, and I don't say that it benefited Pella Christian in terms of you ever want to see that. But gives Pella Christian the possession as Flagel's pass to Branderhorst. He'll fire a 3 very quickly. It was no good, and quickly in transition, the ball will swing to George Blake on the left wing. Great positioning by Ben Van Weingarten to draw the offensive foul against George Blake. A charge. Van Weingarten anticipated that move.
Well, he wasn't completely set, but he definitely got ran over, so a good call by the officials.
Flagel to runner, back to Flagel. To Branderhorst, he thought about the 3 again. Instead, he'll go down low to Franzman, who will lay it in. Eagles make the Indians pay for the moment. 38-29, the Eagles got the lead back down under 10 for the moment. But in transition, Brian Ritchie getting the layup for the Indians.
Just got to get back in a hurry because they are really running up the floor.
Branderhorst into the lane. Runner is too strong. And DeWall is fouled on the rebound by Franzman. His second. Team second. George Blake checks out of the game as Derek Wilmot back in, and Wyatt Snyder quickly into the game for Deacon. Garrett Wheeler also checks in for Flagel. So it'll be Hayden Schulte with the ball for Indianola out top, kicking to Andrew DeWall. Now Bryant Ritchie down low for Andrew DeWall. Tough shot, no good. Rebounded by Devin Runner. And then DeWall just got absolutely trucked running into Garrett Wheeler.
Garrett never moved a muscle when he ran into him, and he bounced off him into the floor.
Then Van Weingarten to Wyatt Snyder. Now Runner up top for Wheeler, defended by McGraw. 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Pella Christian trailing Indianola 40-29. Landon Franzman, 3 from straight away. No, Franzman came flying in, nearly got the board, but was not able to do it.
He knew he missed when he shot it, and he was following it all the way to the basket.
Yeah, Derek Wilmot back out to Bryant Ritchie. And Andrew DeWall to the corner for Wilmot. Back out to Easton McGraw. McGraw off of the screen of Schulte. Steps through. And they call a hold on Van Weingarten. I don't know that I agree with that one.
Yeah, I don't think there was a foul there. But
Cooper Sprunk will check in for the Eagles, and Jacob Graham checks in for Indianola, as does George Blake come back on. McGraw is good on the free throw. 41-29, Indianola leads. 2:16 to go in the third. Landon Fran's been out of the game for Pella Christian. Andrew DeWall off the floor for the Indians. And Easton McGraw also set to check out with Blake at the scorer's table. McGraw left it short. Jacob Graham has whistled for his first foul, team's third. That'll allow George Blake to come in off the missed free throw from McGraw. So 41-29, Pella Christian trails Indianola. 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. We'll look at our scores here. Knoxville boys basketball leads Bondurant Farrar 42-38 at the end of the third. Newton trails Van Meter 45-44 at the end of the third. That's our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, as well as some Pingles Home Store instant radio updates. Ben Van Weingarten drives baseline. His shot no good. Garrett Wheeler on the follow, too strong. And now Hayden Schulte in transition finds Bryant Ritchie in the corner for three. And he'll make the Eagles pay with the triple. 44-29, Pella Christian trails. 1:46 to go in the third. Cooper Sprunk to the corner. Devin Runner, quick trigger three from the corner, is short, rebounded by Graham. Ritchie up top for George Blake. He's got a step. Goes all the way to the basket. He'll lay it in on the left side. 46-29. Indianola's lead quickly growing here over Pella Christian. It's Wyatt Snyder now on the left wing. And now Snyder goes to the basket. And is fouled by Graham. That'll be his second, team's fourth. Branderhorst, Flegel, and Franzman back in for Runner, Wheeler, and Van Weingarten.
Got to make something happen here offensively. Get back in that inside game.
Yeah, Sprunk out top to Wyatt Snyder. Snyder looking to Flegel.
Man-to-man, set some screens and drive the basket.
Branderhorst inside for Franzman.
He's going to go shoot.
And George Blake is called for the hold. It'll be his second foul. Team's fifth. Franzman to the line. So Franzman at the free throw line. In case you missed it, presented by the Petrinarians of Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. The Eagles got out to a great start in this game, but outscored by a lot in that second quarter as they trailed at the intermission here. Got to remember the score of the halftime. There we go. I wrote it down wrong. The Eagles are outscored 22-9 in the second quarter. Trailed 34-21 at halftime. Indianola has extended the lead here to 46-30 as Franzman knocked down both free throws. In transition, Bryant Ritchie for three off the feed from George Blake. No. Easton McGraw, though, with the follow.
Got to get inside position. Landon was caught behind him and nothing he could do.
And Indianola pressing, and Flegel to Sprunk. Back to Flegel.
Just got it across.
To Branderhorst, wide open for three. No. Rebound. Got knocked out as Landon Franzman hits the deck hard. And a travel called on Indianola. Franzman hit the deck really hard down here.
Yeah. Coach Van Wyk wanted to get him out, but he said no, so he must be okay.
Yeah, he took a hard fall there. And Flegel across the timeline, 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. Eagles down 48-30. Branderhorst going to drive baseline, throws it down to Franzman, who will lay it in. Worked out well that Franzman stayed in.
Yep.
Hayden Schulte with it. Tough shot at the buzzer is no good. So Pella Christian trailing Indianola 48-32 going into the fourth quarter, or going into quarter number 4. We'll step away. We'll be back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel right after this.
If you're looking to refinance your car, you won't want to miss this special. Right now, at Community First Credit Union, we're offering a low rate, no payment for 90 days, a cashback incentive, and as always, a hassle-free application process. Our refi process is straightforward, with no surprises. To learn more and apply, visit a C First branch or go online to c1stcu.com/auto refinance today. Some restrictions apply. Loan subject to credit approval, federally insured by the NCUA.
Enhance your sense of joy with a new job. Hearthstone and Pella is looking for great CNAs, and they're eager to invest in you. From their internal CNA training program to tuition reimbursement of up to $3,000 annually for higher education, Hearthstone's eager to help provide you with the career you're looking for, not just another job. Their generous benefit package also includes a $2,500 sign-on bonus. To learn more or to apply, visit wesleylife.org/Hearthstone and click Join Our Team, or call Ann at 620-4162.
Welcome back here inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS. Pella Christian Boys Basketball trails Indianola 48-32 as we start the fourth quarter. Who's Always Open, presented by Anytime Fitness. That goes to Landon Franzman tonight. Just 2 missed shots as he has a team-high 13 points. Cooper Sprunk with the layup to start quarter number 4. And the foul went on Bryant Rich. The foul went on Bryant Ritchie, his second, team's first. But again, Who's Always Open going to Landon Franzman. He's got 13 points and only missed 2 shots on the night.
Yeah, and Sprunk's had a really good half here so far, so let's hope he can stay hot and keep scoring. There we go.
Yeah, he makes the free throw, so makes it a 13-point game, 48-35 with 7:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Who's Always Open is presented by Anytime Fitness, a 24/7 gym that fits your lifestyle, your fitness, your way, Anytime Fitness. In case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. It was a strong second quarter for Indianola as Andrew DeWalt turns it over. But again, it was a 22-9 second quarter for Indianola that kind of gave them a huge lead. Now in the fourth quarter, the Eagles trying to mount the comeback. George Blake checks out of the game as Derek Wilmot checks back in. 48-35, 7.5 to play in the fourth quarter. As Flegel gives to Sprunk. Over the top to Branderhorst. Back to Flegel. So 48-35 against 7:20 to go in the fourth.
Still plenty of time, but you got to get a basket.
To Wyatt Snyder. Snyder going to drive the left side. Snyder all the way to the basket. His first 2 of the game, 48-37. Bryant Ritchie ahead. He'll drive, kick to Easton McGraw. Corner 3 from the left side. He left it short, rebounded by Flegel.
Got to keep pushing here.
So again, that was In Case You Missed It, presented by the Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
Sprunk to Branderhorst, right wing 3, left it short, and it'll go out of bounds.
Didn't seem like he was comfortable letting that shot go.
Yeah, and George Blake quickly back into the game for Bryant Ritchie. Hayden Schulte will bring it up here for the Indians. 48-37, Pella Christian trails, 6:38 to go in the fourth. Look at the Marion County Bank scoreboard at the next dead ball. Easton McGraw drives baseline. Shot no good. And Flegel looking to push. Into the lane. Tough shot over DeWall. No good. And now DeWall fouled by Franzman.
Took that big, long, loping step there and thought he was going to get it up there cleanly, but he just didn't get a good handle on it to put it high enough off the glass to go in.
Yeah, foul on Franzman is his 3rd. Team's first. Hayden Schulte. Oh, we got Andrew DeWall bleeding, so he's going to have to check out of the game. It's going to allow Derek Wilmot to sub out as well, with Jacob Graham coming back in. And Bryant Ritchie also returning. And Hayden Schulte will bring it up again and give to Ritchie. George Blake in the corner, 3 over the top of Wyatt Snyder. George Blake. I mean, I don't have adjectives to describe how good that kid's been tonight. 24 of 51 for Indianola. I think that's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, and that's a dagger, too, because that gets the lead back up to 14. Pella Christian was making a nice little run.
51-37, 5:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Cooper Sprunk to Branderhorst inside for Franzman. Double team comes, able to find Sprunk. Now Flegel for 3 is too strong. And Franzman is whistled for the foul. Franzman cannot figure out.
He touched the ball, but he looked to me like he kind of got undercut, and the guy backed underneath him there. Usually they'll call that the other way.
Yeah, Coach Van Wyk is beside himself on the bench as well. Foul on Franzman is the team's second. So 51-37, Indianola leads. East to McGraw out top. Will give to George Blake on the left wing. Up top, he'll give back to McGraw. McGraw rises up, free throw area, no good. Long rebound goes out to Bryant Ritchie. And over to Blake. Now Schulte drives.
No offensive.
Offensive foul on Schulte, and now
Wow.
it's Indianola's turn to be in disbelief.
Yeah. That was close. I don't know if I'd have called that a charge or not.
As I said, I don't know there was enough for a whistle there, period. And then Sprunk throws it ahead to Franzman, who was not ready for the ball. (51-37), Indianola on top of Pella Christian. 5:05 to go in the fourth quarter.
Still enough time, but they got to get some stops and they got to get some baskets. They've won a couple possessions now without scoring.
Ryan Ritchie, 3 off the mark, rebounded by Flagel.
Got the stop. Now let's attack the basket. Yeah.
Wyatt Snyder.
There we go. That boy.
Drives.
Yep.
He'll flip it up and in. He's got 4 points. George Blake with it on the wing. Over to Schulte. Coach Van Wyk wanted the travel, didn't get it. Now Schulte goes to the basket, leaves his shot short. Branderhorst to Flagel. Flagel into the lane, in and out.
Wow, Gilbert, got to finish that one.
And that's one of those ones where it's like you did everything right, just didn't get the bounces off the rim there on the shot. And we're going to get a Pella Motors timeout taken by Jeff Ebling, a full one, and Indianola going to take that timeout. We're going to stick here, though, as we look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard for the final time. With some Pingles Homestar Instant Radio updates. Melcher Dallas girls basketball advances in Class 1A regional action. They defeat Southeast Warren by a final score of 55-43. The Knoxville boys basketball team trying to stay unbeaten. They are in their second dogfight of the week. They survived Oskaloosa with a 2-point win on Monday. They currently only lead Bondurant-Farrar by 1 with 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. So that's on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. We also have Van Meter leading Newton 45-44 after 3. That is the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard with offices in Melcher, with offices across the Red Rock area. Marion County Bank is your financial leader. Another Pingles Homestar Instant Radio update. Knoxville does survive 47-46 over Bondurant-Farrar. That is a final score in boys basketball. And
but a team they likely could have to face in tournaments. You never know how they get situated there.
Exactly right. So the Marion County, or that is the Pingles Homestar Instant Radio update. Game reset wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. 51-39. Indianola leads Pella Christian out of the Pella Motors timeout with 4:15 to go in the fourth quarter. That is the game reset wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. Indianola nearly with a turnover. But Easton McGraw going to get a 3 off the feed from George Blake. Shot no good, but Jacob Graham able to grab the offensive board. And Hayden Schulte will hold it and waste time with the Indians up 12 and a fresh shot clock. Wyatt Snyder will jump up there. Now Indianola with quick ball reversals. McGraw back to Schulte. Indians still content to try to waste time. George Blake turns around at the free throw line. George Blake will now go over, or get close to, get 1 point within half of the team scoring. 26 of 53 for Indianola now. Landon Franzman to Wyatt Snyder. Deacon Branderhorst, 3 from the right wing. No, rebounded by Schulte. So 3:15 to go in the fourth, and Hayden Schulte content to try to waste time. He'll just kick to George Blake at the free throw line. Blake wide open, he'll knock it down.
He's been the scoring for Indianola tonight, no doubt.
28 of 55. Wyatt Snyder answered. He's a perfect 3 of 3 tonight. He'll make the mid-range jumper to make it a 55-41 game with 2:51 to go in the fourth. A full Pella Motors timeout taken by Marv Van Wyk and the Eagles. Don't miss your chance to save up to half off retail prices on all sorts of merchandise during the KRLS Home Shopping Extravaganza, February 25th through the 27th. Check out KNIAKRLS.com for more details. And in this timeout, if you're Coach Van Wyk, what are you telling the guys? I mean, you got 2:51 down 14. I mean, not impossible to mount the comeback, but also, it's gonna take a lot to be able to do it.
You gotta go with a sense of urgency. There's no doubt about that. But you can't get sloppy and you can't get panicky. And I think the last couple times down, they've been just a little bit panicky. They got a nice basket there on the last one, but a couple of the shots that they've taken have maybe been a little bit rushed or a little bit out of control. And that's not what you want to do. You still want to work on good, solid basketball. And got to give Indianola a lot of credit. Really good movement without the ball and really good passing that has really got them in some really good positions to score.
Yep, so out of the Pella Motors timeout, real driveway happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. A game reset wired by Center Point Electric. Indianola 55, Pella Christian 41, 2:48 to go in the fourth quarter. And Hayden Schulte crosses half court to the Eagles logo. Down low for Easton McGraw. Left-handed layup, no good, and then McGraw commits the foul, his second, team's third.
Got the good stop there on the missed layup, and now they need to go down and score.
Yeah, Sprunk will give to Flagel, and Indianola will back off the full court press. Flagel looks to drive on McGraw, nothing doing there. Wyatt Snyder from three from the left wing, no good. George Blake with the rebound. And Hayden Schulte will give it out to Andrew DeWall, who's got the nose cleaned up, which is good to see. George Blake spins to the basket, gets the roll. George Blake with 30 points now as Indianola takes a 57-41 lead, 2:05 to go in the fourth. Branderhorst going to try a deep three. Does knock that down. Branderhorst with his second three of the game. Makes it a 13-point game, 57-44 with 1:49 to go in the fourth. Brian Ritchie to Easton McGraw. McGraw with the jab step. Now he'll pull it out. Defended by Snyder. They'll now hand off to Blake. Double team comes. Two Indians in the same place, but able to find McGraw. Back out to Blake. Now Andrew DeWall in the lane. Tough shot for DeWall. No good. Rebounded by Franzman. And Flagel will bring it up for the Eagles. We need a basket quick.
Oh, that's a double.
Flagel bumped by Ritchie, his third. Team's fourth.
He probably should have been called for double dribble. I mean, he held that ball in his hand so long in just one arm that's what you'd call an interrupted dribble, and the officials let him get away with it.
Yeah, maybe the carry too. Branderhorst drives baseline, swings it up. Snyder, three-pointer from straight away, is off the front of the rim, no good. Ben Van Weingarten checks into the game for Branderhorst. The wall will inbound to Schulte. 1:05 to go in the fourth. And the wall out top. Defended by Van Weingarten. He'll find Schulte. It'll be tipped by Flagel. Out of bounds. 54.8 to go. Eagles down by 13. And looks like Coach Van Wyk is going to grab his seniors. That have not seen action so far. Hayden Schulte to Easton McGraw. Now DeWall to Bryant Ritchie. And back to DeWall to George Blake. Fouled by Wyatt Snyder. I think Landon Franzman stepped on his foot. Man, it twisted that ankle a little bit. Yeah, he did. Franzman will check out as Rob Shirk comes in. Josiah Vink and Ethan Benarendog. Flagel, Sprunk, and Franzman check out. Inbound will go to Andrew DeWall in the backcourt. And Indianola can pretty much hold this one till the final buzzer. Ball into the hands of Richie. Pass not tipped by Ethan Van Arendonk. The wall down low. George Blake, 2 more. Ethan Van Arendonk will push the tempo for the Eagles. They'll kick back to Wyatt Snyder. His 3 was in and out, rebounded by the Indians. And that is going to do it. Pella Christian will fall 59-44 to Indianola on senior night as the Indians sweep the Little Hawkeye Conference doubleheader here at Pella Christian to wrap up regular season play for the Eagles. We will step away. We'll be back with post-game coverage of Pella Christian High School basketball on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel right after this.
Throughout the Pella community, you see touches of Holland and classic Dutch architecture, but there's one place that truly takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam, the Molengraat Plaza just south of the square. With a beautiful brick wall featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and a classic old-world atmosphere, you'll find Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, the Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You could even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
At Kinetic Edge, our vision is to create communities of healthy, happy, and hope-filled people. Kinetic Edge is a locally owned business with Christian foundations. We are accepting new patients with or without a doctor's referral at any of our locations. Kinetic Edge has clinics located in Pella, Newton, Oskaloosa, Albia, Centerville, Colfax, Des Moines, and Ames. Find out more at kineticedgept.com.
At Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, your heart health is important to us. Hi, I'm Brian Clark, nuclear medicine technologist at Knoxville Hospital and Clinics. Many types of heart disease can be treated or even prevented. Nuclear medicine tests like stress tests with imaging play a pivotal role in evaluating how well your heart is functioning and getting adequate blood flow. Put your heart health in the hands of the experts at Knoxville Hospital and Clinics. To learn more about the nuclear medicine testing options at Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, call 641-842-1467.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Lance Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
The wipers in the car go swish, 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 swish. The wipers in the car go swish, swish, swish at Central Tire and Auto.
Winter brings slushy, sleety, icy weather that's even more annoying if your wipers can't keep your windshield clean. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the important little things like new wipers, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and Auto.
Van Gorp Edwards Insurance is an independent agency representing many of the top insurance companies. They offer insurance coverage on home and auto, business and manufacturing, farm, agribusiness, and crop insurance, as well as personal health, life, and long-term care. With this kind of flexibility, they'll provide you with the best insurance package to build the best option risk portfolio to meet your needs. Switching insurance companies isn't as hard as you think. Call Van Gorp Edwards Insurance today to find out how easy it really is.
Welcome back to Eagles postgame coverage here on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Tyler Crabb and Wynn Veenstra here with you for postgame coverage of the Eagles boys basketball. Lost to Indianola by a final score of 59-44 win. Unfortunately, the Eagles tried to mount some runs late, but just
they had
just a little too sporadic in this contest.
Right. They had periods of what looked like a pretty good basketball team, and then they had 4 or 5 minute stretches where they didn't look like they could beat anybody, and that's what they've got to work on. They've got to work on more consistency to stay fundamentally sound and to stay focused on what you're trying to do offensively and get some baskets to go, and got to really hustle on defense. The man-to-man was pretty effective for them most of the night, but anytime they went into that zone to try to protect some people, Indianola was able to shoot right over top of it and knock them down.
Sorry, it was totaling something up. There we go. As we go to tonight's final stats presented by the Verdeft Agency win, I'm going to go right back to you. What do you got on the matchup from what you could see?
No second chance points for Pella Christian, 0. So that was a big hurter. They got to get some offensive boards and some putbacks. Just 6 points off of turnovers, 5 points off of turnovers for Indianola, 3 second chance points for for Indianola. So they did a nice job of not letting Indianola get a lot of second chance points either. Indianola only went to the free throw line 4 times that I have them for, so and they were 2 for 4. Pella Christian was 6 for 11 from the free throw line. So thanks to Jacob's stats over there, I got Indianola shooting at 50% from the field tonight and Pella Christian shooting 37%.
All right, I joked about this earlier. I'm going to ask Kenyon really quick to throw up Jacob's graphics again for us. Jacob created this on Tuesday. He told me he came up here. He's like, I'm gonna work on some live coding, and just threw up his shot charts. I think he whipped them up. I'm sure he maybe did a little bit beforehand, but took about 30 minutes or so before he had this thing live, ready to go for us on Tuesday against Dallas Center Grimes. It was I was fairly impressed. So if it's possible to throw those back up there, I know they were scrolling through just a minute ago.
There
but
it comes.
Yeah, I think this is awesome. You can see the shot chart for George Blake as we look at our final stats presented by the Verdeft Agency. George Blake finished with 32 points, goes 14 of 19 from the field tonight. 3 of 5 from three-point range, 11 for 4 if you're watching on the Pella Christian YouTube channel, 1 of 2 at the free throw line. So an outstanding night for him this evening as the Eagles unable to contend with him. George Blake with 32, Easton McGraw with 8, Andrew DeWall with 4, Bryant Ritchie with 8, Thomas DeWall with 7. For Pella Christian with 7 points for Gilbert Flagel, 6 for Deacon Brandenhorst, 14 for Landon Franzman, Cooper Sprunk with 7, 5 for Ben Van Weingard, and 6 for Wyatt Snyder. That is tonight's final stats presented by the Verdeft Agency. Let Chad, Lance, or Larry customize an insurance plan for you. The Verdeft Agency providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. We're going to talk with Marv Van Wyk here in a little bit following senior night. And this doubleheader sweep, unfortunately, for the Eagles once he makes his way out of the locker room. But, again, you're listening to Pella Christian Basketball powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM KRLS Knoxville Pella and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella. Win before, we await the Eagles coming out of the locker room, get Coach Van Wyk up here. Just looking at this game, final thoughts before we go in closing presented by Light and State Bank for the Eagles going into postseason play.
Well, they're going into postseason. They get, a couple days of practice here before they have to play on Monday night, so that's good. They can maybe heal up, rest up a little bit. They start off with any game's losable, obviously, but what should be a pretty easily winnable game against Eddyville-Blakesburg. So that gives them some good confidence. Then they're going to have to make a road trip against a higher seed, but I think a team that's seeded higher just because they didn't play the level of competition and got more wins, and another easily winnable game. And then it's going to start getting really tough. The next 2 games they would have to play would be really difficult games. So hopefully they can build some confidence and build some continuity within their offense and make things happen with those first couple games. It should be winnable for them, and maybe not make it all the way to the state tournament, but at least make a deep run at it and finish off the season strong.
Absolutely. As we go in closing presented by Layton State Bank, grow strong with us. The Eagles get to go to postseason play. Again, Colfax Mingo on Saturday night for the girls. Again, you can catch that at 7 o'clock. Pregame at 6:30. Tip-off at 7 o'clock on 92.1 KRLS. Trevor Castle, Win Veenstra will have the call on that. If you're here on Eagle Lane Saturday, you will see me. I'll be over here trying to get some photos once I'm done over at Central College with my responsibilities there, where we hope that one of our alumni here at Pella Christian will be breaking the school record for career scoring. Josh Van Gorp just 14 points, needs 14 points on Saturday to break that record. If he keeps up his current trend of he's gone 50, 23, and 40 in his last few games. There's a chance he could get there, so we'll see what happens here in a little bit. But, again, it was just a tough one for the Eagles tonight, but Indianola, credit to them. They did what was needed to be done to get the win, and we'll look forward to seeing what the Eagles have in postseason play. We'll have Coach Van Wyk coming up here in a little bit. Again, that was in closing presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. We'll take a timeout, and we'll hope to have Coach Van Wyk join us on the other side of this timeout here on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Pella Corporation is proud to be a part of our communities and supporting the children of their workers. They're honored to be recognized once again as one of America's top workplaces for diversity. At Pella, they value inclusion and community, ensuring a bright future for all. Thank you for making Pella Corporation a trusted name in homes across the country. Because at Pella Corporation, they're building more than just windows and doors.
Run Bobby to basketball, pick up Susie from dance. If your calendar sounds like this, you need to let the professionals at Van Manen, Seatstra, Meyer, and Nickel help you with your income taxes. And erase one thing from your schedule this year. They offer a convenient drop-off service, so you won't have to sit through an appointment. Just drop off your tax information between 8 and 6, Monday through Friday, or 8 to noon on Saturdays, and they'll prepare your tax returns in about a week. Then come back at your convenience to sign and file the returns.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seatstra, Meyer, and Nickel.
Welcome back here on 92.1 KRLS. With our continuing coverage of Iowa High School athletics, we're joined now by head coach of the Pella Christian boys basketball team, Marv Van Wyk, powered by Hy-Vee, following his team's 59-44 loss to Indianola on Thursday night. Coach Van Wyk, I know that it's frustrating to end the regular season on the loss, but overall, Indianola, a team that overall – they found ways in that second, third quarter area to just kind of attack your guys' defense. A very talented squad as well. What's kind of the overall thoughts after this game?
Well, first of all, I'm just really proud of our seniors. You know, this was senior night, and we got to celebrate our seniors before the game, and I'm just really proud of those guys, proud to coach those guys. What a great group of guys. We got 7 senior players and a senior manager that's just amazing, and the players are just a joy to coach. I love to coach them, and we all just want what's best for them in every game, and we wish we could win every game for them and put them in a position to do that, and that's what we strive to do every game. And we came up short this game. I felt like Indianola had us on our heels a little bit after the first minute or two, and attacked our defense and got downhill on us, and we just didn't respond to that the way we need to. I felt actually pretty good about the deficit at halftime. I mean, we're down 12, and I'm thinking we could have been down 25 the way we played, to be honest, because we just had a hard time getting anything going. On the offensive end as well. I felt like we weren't being physical enough, and we talked about that at halftime about, the X's and O's don't mean a whole lot if we're not willing to be, match the physicality that's that we're competing against. So I felt like we did better the second half. There's still things we need to work on, obviously, and it's a new season starting Monday, and we get to play teams our own size again, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the challenges of that, and we just need to flush this a little bit and learn from it for sure, but just try to get rid of any negative thoughts in our minds and just kind of build ourselves back up both physically and mentally.
Absolutely, and you mentioned those seniors. I try not to focus too much on senior night about their impact because their season's not over, right? They get a chance to go at it in the postseason. But I got to talk about one senior in specific. Had the privilege of talking to him for the radio sports page on Friday about an academic All-State honor that he just received tonight. He was the leading scorer with 14 points for your squad. Landon Franzman, not only is he getting it done in the classroom for this team, he's getting it done on the court. And tonight he was a big driving force in a stretch there in the second half where you guys were starting to mount a little bit of a comeback against this Indian squad.
Yeah, Landon, he's just kind of the epitome of what hard work can get you, and willing to compete will get you, and he just does that every single day in practice, and he tweaked his ankle towards the end there, so we got to make sure we're doing a good job of taking care of that. But just a great kid overall, and what an honor for him to be named Academic All-State, because in the grand scheme of things over the whole state of Iowa, I don't know how many seniors there are in basketball, but out of 300 and some schools, you got to guess there's probably 12, 13, 1,400 seniors, and 20 to 25 make Academic All-State. So it's a great honor for him. We're just really proud of him. And on the flip side of that as well, Cooper Sprunk, Wyatt Snyder, and Deacon Branderhorst were Academic All-District. So we got four seniors right there that are doing a great job of getting things done in the classroom and on the court.
Very neat. Very neat. And we look at this team too, and what they're set up for in postseason play, right? We've seen them against a couple of those teams that you get in the postseason bracket. You get two matchups that you've already seen. You got Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont to kick things off. If you get by them, Davis County, and if you're able to knock off Davis County, it's another rematch with Grandview Christian. What kind of benefits going into postseason play do you feel like that lends this team, knowing that it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, turn around on Monday, a squad that you're familiar with from the start of this season?
Right. Well, it seems like a long, long time ago when we played them, so I don't know if I can say I'm familiar with them anymore. But need to, get the video up and break things down on what we need to do for Monday, and looking forward to that challenge. And we're not taking anybody lightly. We feel every year like our conference really prepares us for the postseason, just because, the physical play, the high level of competition that we get to battle against. And we only had a couple, 3 games this year that we weren't really in the game, at the end of the game, where it was decided earlier than what we like. But most of the games, by and large, they were competitive battles. Like even this game, I mean, we ended up losing by 15, but I felt like we competed hard most every possession, and it was just a lot of little things that we could have done better that Indianola took advantage of. But my point is that we learned to compete at a high level, and I'm sure that Eddyville probably wasn't thrilled to see us as our first round opponent, and I don't know what Davis County thought process is, but I'm guessing there's a lot of teams out there that aren't thrilled to see us in their district because they know the level of competition we play at, and the kind of program we have, that we're always going to come ready to play. So we're taking it one game at a time. We're certainly going to be prepared at each stop and be ready to go, but I'm just really looking forward to seeing what these guys can do.
Absolutely, and just looking forward to that matchup on Monday against Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont, in the short amount of time that you guys do have together to kind of work on things, tweak things, and make those adjustments off of tonight. What's maybe the one or two things that stand out to you the most that you want to see improved by Monday, so that you feel really confident going into that game against Eddyville on Monday night?
Yeah, I think it's just little things, right? We're not going to make major changes in who we are at this point, but we are going to continue to work on the little things that will help us against really good competition. And it's just knowing where to be, knowing the scouting report well enough that we're doing the little things right against the guy in front of us on the defensive end, and executing at a high level on the offensive end, where we're being really strong with the ball and getting to the boards. I felt like early in the year we were doing a super job of getting to the boards, and we've kind of backtracked on that a little bit. And part of that's the competition we play, but part of it is we just got to refocus on that a little bit. So we're going to do that, and being really physical on rebounding. So we'll continue to work on that as well.
Coach Van Wyk, appreciate the time. Best of luck on Monday against Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont. Looking forward to being here for that matchup and seeing the Eagles find that success in postseason play.
Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. That was Marv Van Wyk, head coach of the Pella Christian Boys basketball team here on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. And that'll do it for us. We'll sign off. And we will thank you for tuning in. Again, Saturday night, Trevor Castle, Windminster here for Pella Christian Girls Basketball against Colfax Mingo on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel at 6:30 p.m.
Thanks for tuning into this exclusive